I was actually very excited about this review, because to me this is the direct competitor to the Goruck GR1, which started this channel, just with a bit more of an urban office city kind of touch. As mentioned, I was very excited to test out this triple Aught design Axiom24 backpack, because to me this is a direct competitor to the GR1. But I started this review right after testing the remote equipment Charlie 25, so this bag had a bit of a rough start. More about this and all of the positives and negatives of this backpack after a quick roundup of all of the important features of the Axiom24. So this is the triple Aught design Axiom24 backpack. It has a capacity of 24 liters, VX21 ripstop shell, medium bright VX03 lining, YKK zippers, front admin compartment with plenty of slots, front inverted pocket that you can access from the main compartment as well, 2 laptop compartments, more on this later, vertical side pockets, clamshell opening main compartment. Main compartment can be customized with optional accessories on these moly webbing, and quick access pouch at the top. Just like other military-oriented bags, the Axiom24 is incredibly well made. All the materials, the stitching and the zippers feel incredible, and I'm pretty sure that this bag can take a lot of abuse. It has lots of compartments and slots to organize all of your items, and you can fit a bunch of stuff. As you can see, I filled up the bag to the brim with all my work-related items, plus a camera cube from Moment with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K that I'm currently reviewing and that is shooting this video. So more than enough space for the regular user. If you need even more organization, you can actually use the internal moly to attach even further compartments. One cool addition of one of the compartments is this pocket in the lid. Here you could, for instance, store a small jacket and quickly access it on the go from the outside through this inverted zipper opening. And with all of the stuff inside, during this hot summer, the back panel is very well ventilated, and the shoulder straps are very well padded and highly adjustable. However, I started reviewing this bag right after the remote equipment Charlie 25. You can see the review in the info tab above. Okay, just to be clear, you cannot compare these two bags. One is a hiking backpack and the other one is a, let's say, military bag that you can use in an office or urban environment. That being said, to me the difference in carrying comfort was very noticeable when compared right after another. But even without the direct comparison, the Axiom24 did not feel as comfortable as I was expecting with these beefy and highly adjustable shoulder strap. I wasn't really able to dial them in to my body shape. Your mileage might vary, of course. However, the Axiom24 does feel much more comfortable than the Goruck GR1. Potentially the Axiom24's shoulder straps only need some more wearing in. I have used this bag fully loaded for 2 weeks every single day. Speaking of the shoulder straps, all of the strap ends have no organizers. This isn't that big of a deal, but if you ride a motorcycle or bicycle for instance, the strap ends of the load lifters might hit you in the face or your helmet when they dangle in the wind. Which is why I fiddled the strap ends of the loose load lifters through the moly on the shoulder straps. Once you arrive at the office, you will notice that the bag doesn't stand up on its own very well. Especially when the front admin panel is fully loaded, the bag becomes very top heavy and the bag falls over even quicker. Speaking of fully loaded, I love the X-Pack material on this Axiom24, or X-Pack material in general is one of my favorite. But one of the downsides to me with X-Pack material is the, let's call it, stiffness. Compared to other fabrics, X-Pack doesn't have much, let's say, flex to it, which is great for durability, but once the bag is fully loaded, the bag feels a little bit stuffed or let's say cramped. Plus the side pockets expand to the inside, so to me they didn't feel as useful and I preferred loading stuff into the main compartment than bothering to put anything into the side pockets. Putting the laptop inside the laptop compartment isn't as straightforward as you might think. You can use one of the two laptop slots, either the right side or the left side, depending on your carrying preferences. But you can't use both of them at the same time because having two laptops in both slots would be too full. So essentially you can put your laptop in one slot and use the other slot for documents or magazines, for instance. But to get the laptop inside or outside this actually pretty big laptop slot, you need to load or unload the laptop starting from the bottom because the laptop hits the top corner of the opening. I'm not entirely sure what the benefit is of this design, especially considering this slot is not a suspended laptop compartment. You probably have noticed the plethora of zippers. Aught Design went out of the way to attach different zipper pulls on these back zippers. However, I still got confused by all of the zippers whenever I am in a hurry, which is why I attach a colored zipper pull on the laptop compartment to find it more easily. For me this was a pretty difficult or a tough review to make. I was really looking forward to test this bag. It's a perfect alternative to something like the Goruck GR1 or the 511 Rush 12. It has a military vibe to it, but it's still very suitable for the office or the urban environment. It's built like a tank and it will probably hold up a lifetime. It has plenty of storage and different compartments and slots. Maybe a couple too many because I personally don't need the side pockets. But the Axiom24 for my shape of shoulders or upper body doesn't fit properly. Maybe this will change after a couple of more weeks of use. As a point of reference, my Goruck GR1 took about 4 to maybe 7 weeks until the shoulder straps properly were worn in to my shoulders and until the bag was a bit more comfortable to carry. So considering that the Axiom24 is already more comfortable than the GR1 after 2 weeks of use, I assume that the fit and the shoulder straps will improve over time. So bottom line, what's my verdict? I really like the look, I really like the build quality, I like all the features and usability of the Axiom24. And considering only these factors, I can highly recommend the Aught Design Axiom24. However, I would highly recommend to check out the bag first in the store if you have the chance, or check the return policies in your country if you order it online. Then check the bag with the fit on your shoulders, if everything is comfortable, and if you are allowed to, put in some weight or anything into the bag and check how it feels on your shoulders. So my question to you is, do you own this bag? And if yes, how comfortable do you find the fit of the bag on your shoulders? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you have any other questions, also comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell icon so you won't miss next videos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching this little review. I shot all of this review with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K because at the moment I have the honor and the opportunity to test this little camera. Oh, it's not little, it's a cinema camera, it's pretty big and can test it for a couple of weeks. So my question to you is, what did you think about the image quality of this video? Did you notice any difference compared to my other videos that were shot on the Sony a6300 mirrorless camera? To me, I think the footage looks very good. There's a lot of clarity and perceived sharpness, and all of the colors don't fall apart that quickly. I am a film editor and I love shooting and using cameras. So in my last Patreon only podcast, I actually talked about how I became a film editor and how my passion for equipment, cameras, lighting and filmmaking grew over the time when I became a film editor, and after that I also made my own YouTube channel. So here's a little clip of that Patreon only podcast. Because the only thing that I knew was that I'm really quick at learning software, and you can give me an item, a gadget, some kind of equipment, electronic equipment, and I will pretty much figure it out really quickly how that item works. Same with software, because my dad was actually pretty cool. When I was 8 years old or something, and I said, hey, I want to have a PC or a computer, because all my friends had a Commodore 64 or an Atari. And I was like, hey, I want a PC or a computer as well. And he was like, okay, you get a PC or a computer, but you have to build it yourself. And he went out, and that was so incredible. I love my dad for that, because he really put the stepping stone, the great building block in my education, that is. And he said like, okay, I'm gonna buy all of these stuff, the motherboard chip that was a 286 processor with a 512 megabytes, so that was a very small capacity hard drive. I think it was 256 megabyte RAMs and stuff like that. So really VGA, no, it was EGA. It was EGA graphics, not even VGA. And he said like, okay, I buy that stuff and let's build that thing together. I was 9 or 10, something around that age, and we built that thing together. Well, it was an incredible experience, and I learned so much installing MS-DOS and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a short clip of one of my Patreon only podcasts. For those of you who don't know, I recently made an ethics statement video in which I explained that I don't do any sponsorships on this channel and that I don't do any ads beside the YouTube ads. You can see that video in the info tab above. In that video, I also explained that because I don't do any sponsorships, I have a Patreon that keeps this channel running. And on this Patreon, as a small little benefit, you can listen to these Patreon only podcasts where I interview other people from the bag world, but I also do a couple of bag contests where you can win a bag every second month or so. Furthermore, every single month I do a Discord video meetup where we all nerd about bags and EDC stuff that interests us. So yeah, if you like to support this channel, you can go to this Patreon, but please do not feel pressured in supporting me that way. I always mention that I really appreciate that you are watching my videos and potentially are also subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much for all of the support, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next videos. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much.